So for shifting functions, this value in here is saying that the x value has been affected. There's no number out here multiplying with the f or the y value. There's nothing being added on at the end to the y value. It's simply the x. So the graph is going to be the same as the original function f of x. But the real question is, if it says plus 3, why is it shifted to the left? So first of all, we can take a look at an example and see, for example, a parabola, y equals x squared. Okay, there's the original function, which represents this f of x. And then put parentheses, and in the function put x plus 3. So x plus 3 is squared. And it seems like with a plus 3 it should shift to the right, but in fact it shifts it to the left. So why is that? Well, if we use the example of the parabola, we've got the original parabola, y equals x squared. And that parabola goes through the origin, and this point right here is called the vertex. Well, for that vertex, we know that x is equal to 0. So this part right here, x is equal to 0. And once we have that equal to 0, you can substitute and get, okay, if x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0 squared, and so it goes through the origin at 0, 0. Well, what about when we've got that other parabola, y equals x plus 3 being squared? Well, if we know where its vertex is, then we know where to graph it. So start with the same idea. If this is equal to 0, then I would know that I would have 0 squared, so then the y would equal 0, which is where it's going to be on the x-axis. Well, if this part here is set equal to 0, x plus 3, that inside the parentheses, is set equal to 0, then we've got one step of algebra to solve for x and find out that x is equal to a negative 3. So it's this step right in here that causes us to actually do the opposite. When this in parentheses says x plus 3, we actually shift to the left by 3. And there would be the parabola shifted to the left. Likewise, if this said x minus 3, then we would shift to the right.